picked up something you might be interested in.
Yeah, what is it?
Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. Talk to you later.
Landing sign locked. Take us in.
Oh, just the thought of landing at the Red Mile was making me sick. Now that we're here, I will do something worse. Always fond of high-gravity environments. Nothing like performing double the effort to achieve half the efficiency.
You tried to slip away without paying your check?
I was just going out for some fresh air. I even told the bartender. You can ask her yourself.
Fresh air, huh? On a planet with no atmosphere.
That's enough, Stalker. Lower your weapon. We don't shoot guests over a misunderstanding. Sir, please return to your table. It's bad practice to leave our establishment without paying your bill first. If you need some fresh air, pay up, go outside, and come back in and start a new check when you're ready.
I'm sorry, but I didn't think it would be a problem.
You were wrong. Dead wrong.
That's enough. I think the gentleman understands. Now let's all go back inside, shall we?
Can I get you something while you wait for the next run?
I'm really not in the mood. Wait a minute. Judging by the wide-eyed and clueless look on your face, I'm guessing you're the new deputy. We'll find out, won't we? Well, your timing couldn't be worse. I've spent weeks trying to crack this smuggling ring, and I'm about to take a very important meeting.
Look, both of you are here for the same reason. So why don't you drop the tough girl charade and learn to work as a team?
And I'm telling you, I don't have time to babysit rookies. I hope so. I don't have time to catch you up, so you're gonna have to follow my lead. I'm about to meet with a contact who might be able to give me vital information about the smuggling ring. If you play your cards right and don't do anything stupid, she might be able to help you find Marco. If you're ready, my contact is here and waiting. She won't be staying long, so I don't have time to brief you. You'll find out everything you need to know when you meet with her. Follow me.
cannot believe people who participate in blood sports can possibly be considered celebrities or heroes.
Yeah.
In my mind, they're worse than criminals.
Take a seat.
So you're working with Autumn, huh? Who are you? Is that so?
The deputy here is interested in meeting Marco to talk about that mercenary company he's been funding. Since part of that money is coming from his smuggling operation, we're working together.
So you're investigating the first? Why? Seems like a strange thing for a mercenary company to be doing.
I guess an introduction is in order. Like Marco, Jade here is the head of a small smuggling cartel. Difference is her crew stays out of Freestar Collective space, while Marco's group operates exclusively within it.
Except now he's looking to expand his operation, and he started moving in on my territory. If you think this gives you some kind of leverage, you're wrong. Sure, he might slow me down for a while, but a little competition won't break me. Well, thanks for the economics lesson, but I think I know my trade. Look, the bad news is, Marco's incredibly paranoid. He never stays in one place for long. The good news is, I know how to find him.
But you're not going to tell us yet because you want something.
I want the same thing you do. I want Marco out of the picture. But like I said, getting a meeting with him can be damn near impossible. One of the few people who can arrange such a meeting is right here at Red Mile.
Mei Devine. We've suspected for some time that Red Mile was a meeting place for smugglers. If she's in business with Marco, she won't give him up easily.
Yeah, well, so can she. I can tell you right now what she's gonna want, because it's the same thing she always wants. She wants runners. It's how she makes most of her money. Of course, people that hard-blooded aren't easy to find.
Yeah, well, I'm not going out on the mile. That's a death sentence. There has to be another way.
You've been a ranger long enough that too many people know your face and your name. Runners attract a lot of attention. If someone recognizes you and tips off Mei, this whole thing is shot. You, on the other hand, are just a deputy. It's pretty unlikely that a lot of people know you.
You don't have to do this. We'll find another way to get to Marco. All right. It's your call to make. If it's really as simple as asking Mei Devine for a meeting with Marco, then I guess that's all you need to do. We'll wait here for you. Try not to die. Will you?
I'm
Really
listening.
going to take on the mile, huh?
If you think you've got a chance in the Red Mile.
People betting over other people's very survival.
Ah, a new face. I wonder, is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile? Or simply one seeking a respite from the burdens of life? My name is Mei, and I'm the proprietor of this establishment, home of the famous Red Mile. I assume. Well, of course you are. How could you miss hearing about the Settled System's most exciting sporting event? Why, even people from the most backwoods systems like Sol have heard of the Red Mile. I'm happy to answer any other questions you might have. In the meantime, please enjoy our world's famous hospitality. That is true. But Mr. Graziani values his privacy. What is your business with him?
Exactly. It's no small favor that you're asking. But yes, I can arrange such a meeting. It's been too long since we've had proper entertainment. If you're willing to Are you prepared to run the Red Mile? Good. Once you've begun, I'll collect bets from my patrons who placed wagers on your survival. That's what every runner says. Mission or not, I can't even imagine why you take part in such an uncivilized activity. There's always a better way. Now that we're clear on what's expected of you, are you ready to begin? Good. Come with me and I'll introduce you. I have something I need to discuss with you. I wanted to talk to you, but honestly, I don't know where to begin. The Starborn's technology is simply astonishing. It's just almost too much to process.
The hour of fate is at hand. Yes!
Yes, I suppose I am. But you can hardly blame me, can you? You do understand the significance of this encounter, don't you? This is humankind's first contact with what I believe is an alien race. A race with technology that could be far superior to our own. Oh, we could learn so much from them.
Quite a show!
The way they behaved, I'd say that's not very likely. If we are to learn anything from the Starborn, we're going to have to take the initiative ourselves. That's what disturbs me. It can't be a coincidence that these Starborn suddenly appeared after your experience at that temple. We know they're here to lay claim to the artifacts, but what's their true motivation? What are they telling us? It's very disturbing, especially with all of that cutting-edge technology at their disposal. Damn. Oh, if only we knew more about the Starborn. What their species is like, where they're from, how they're able to speak our language. I feel like a cadet on my very first day aboard a spaceship. My mind is absolutely swimming with questions. Obviously, there has to be more to these beings than simply originating from another world. Their name alone, Starborn. There's some type of hidden meaning there. Something that feels very old, perhaps even ancient. Whatever the case may be, I can assure you that Constellation intends to get to the bottom of this mystery. Exactly. We must use all of the tools at our disposal to learn more about the Starborn and their connection to the artifacts. Thank you. I really appreciate your support right now. You know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, I'd lay on the ground and stare up at the stars. I was absolutely convinced they held a secret. I'd remain there for hours in silence, eyes closed, listening, waiting for the secret to be whispered in my ear. This encounter with the Starborn is that moment to me. The stars are finally whispering, and I need to hear what they have to say. Although I'm flattered that you think of me that way, there's a time and a place for that sort of talk. This is definitely not one of them. Well then, I've certainly wasted enough of your valuable time. Just do be careful if you cross paths with these Starborn in the future. I wouldn't want to lose one of the most valuable members of Constellation.
The rules are simple. Go through the door and take the elevator down to where the mile begins. Activate the beacon at the base of the tower you see in the distance. Once you've done so, return here alive, and your run will be complete. Go now, runner, and see if you can survive the mile!
Pardon. Kick back with a drink from the bar and enjoy yourself. Really sure you want to run a mile?
Seriously considering making an attempt? Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore. I don't stock up on junk. industrial fumes. Oh, we're getting closer to the exhaust stacks. Let's press ahead.
Just get the hell out of my face.
Congratulations, runner. You have succeeded where most have failed. In fact, you seem none the worse for wear.
Oh, and you can drop that hole in.
Indeed you have, and in most impressive fashion. As promised, I'll set up your meeting with Marco. I'll dispatch a courier to let him know you're coming. Please take a moment to relax and enjoy our hospitality. I'll return shortly.
You mean consequences like how you and your bloody weekend warriors driving on Thanks to you, barely able to fulfill my...
Thinking of running sometime? Talk to Mei, and she'll
Rather go back to the days.
You're back. Are you okay?
Sure.
Really? Either the Red Mile's reputation is exaggerated, or you're just that good. Anyway, I'm relieved you made it through okay.
Why? Afraid you'd lose all that work you put into your smuggling investigation?
I wouldn't expect you to understand. All you see in people is what you can get from them. I'm glad, because that was an incredibly brave thing you did. And we need Rangers with that kind of courage. Also, I owe you an apology. I was pretty awful to you at first. I'm sorry about
Get
that.
the hell out of my face, you pretentious wanker. I'm already bored with this conversation.
How could you possibly... Maybe someday I can... but no. No. Now isn't the time. We need to focus on the task at hand. Once you're on your way, I'll return to the Rock and let the Marshal know what's going on. Come home safe, Deputy. That's an order.
You always were the soft one, little sister.
Oh, go to hell. Or at least make yourself useful and get us some drinks.
You must be tougher than you look.
I keep thinking the next time I'll live up to the legacy.
Time for me to keep my promise, runner? You can find Marco on Codos, aboard his ship. I'd advise you not to keep him waiting. He is not exactly patient. He's intelligent, well-connected, and utterly ruthless. He's also a man of taste who appreciates the finer things. You'll find out soon enough what I mean. Only that someone wanted a meeting. Don't expect to catch him unprepared. He keeps a sizable force of mercenaries aboard his ship as bodyguards. Good. Travel safely, runner. Should you ever crave the challenge of the mile again, it will be here, waiting for you. That was impressive. Don't keep Marco waiting.
Warm up the engines.
We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Ever since we talked about the Battle of Cassiopeia, I can't get what happened out of my mind. Was it that obvious? Oh, I thought I could handle these memories, but until I return to Cassiopeia, I'll never be able to put this to rest. I would like that. Actually, I need that.
One problem, though. Pinpointing the crew's shuttle wreckage is going to be like trying to find a grain of salt in a sandbox. I think we need to start by locating my old campsite on Cassiopeia 1. What's there to tell? I survived. My crew didn't. Still, I'll never forget my finger hovering over that launch button. Would I launch safely, or explode into a fireball? It turned out that my shuttle had just enough power to allow an emergency landing on the planet's surface. So much had happened in the space of a few hours. I can't remember how I felt. Don't worry, it's not as though I'm coming apart at the seams. It's the conversations we've been having. They dredged up these old memories, and they're a burden. Hold on. I don't know the exact location of my survival campsite. For that, we are going to have to head to Mast and see if we can get the information from my old friend, Admiral Logan. Your instincts are right on target. Logan and I butted heads more than once during my time with the Navigator Corps. We've never seen eye to eye. Look, I hope this isn't asking too much. Last thing I want to do is drag you into some kind of personal crusade. That's why I need you by my side. Truth is, I'm scared. When I set foot on Cassiopeia, I don't know if I'll be able to handle what I find. If I begin to fall apart, I need someone I can trust to keep me in check. I know you will. You've always been there when I've needed your help. Why you continue to support me, I'll never understand. I feel the same way about you. Oh, I've been so busy searching the stars for answers, I've overlooked what's been in front of me all this time. True friendship. Something I've denied myself for far too long. Yes. Yes, you're absolutely right. Hey, anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I know you have a lot to do. I really appreciate your offer to visit Cassiopeia. Hopefully, it'll bring me the closure that I've needed for far too long.
Hey.
Hey, can we skip the local chunks this time? Never agrees with my stomach. Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be terribly far. Let's go.
Yes? Hello.
Sarah Morgan. It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's, good to see you again, sir.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me, Commander. I'm not sure why you're here, but whatever it is, why don't you just get to it?
I'm here because I need your help, Admiral.
You need my help. That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue. I'm here to come to terms with my past.
Your past is sitting in a closed file in the archives. That's where you left it when you walked out on the United Colonies. And what about you? Just who in the blazes are you anyway? Very well. Then, as a good friend, perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help. That's quite a noble gesture. Is this true, Commander?
It's about Cassiopeia, Admiral. I'm heading back there to find out what happened to the crew of the Dauntless, and hopefully, to bring their legacy home.
That sounds like a dangerous operation. Are you certain it's worth the risk?
I don't know.
I wish it was that simple. If the Navy gives its blessing for you to undertake this operation, then we assume responsibility. And frankly, I'd never forgive myself if you didn't return.
I appreciate the concern, Admiral. But that crew was my responsibility. No matter how difficult the risk, those men and women are coming home.
I understand. And I believe I owe you an apology, Commander. Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character. What can I do to help?
If you wouldn't mind allowing me to access the files regarding my rescue, I'd be most grateful, Admiral.
That shouldn't be too difficult. I've sent all the relevant information to you, Slades. Was there anything else?
No, Admiral. Thank you.
You don't need to thank me, Commander. I just hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
We should make sure we're well supplied for the trip to Cassiopeia.
Sounds like the cruise.
Good to be back on board. We should make sure we're well supplied for the trip. Dropping off a few choice items? Next stop, Cassiopeia. We should make sure we're well supplied. Yes, have a look. Next stop, Cassiopeia, I assume.
How are you?
Did you need something?
Tough living here, but live on your own terms.
Take a look around. Everyone needs supplies. How about I just show you instead of tell you?
We should make sure we're well supplied for the trip. I'd be happy to carry a few things for you. Bring me anything useful? Let's see what you've got. Next stop, Cassiopeia, I assume.
We need to be smarter, better.
If it weren't for the walls, the whole town would be an ashta buffet. You meet all sorts in Aquila City.
Just here for security. Please move along.
I think you'll find that we carry Here's what I have in stock right now. I'm pleased you chose... to visit us today.
Beginning landing.
Well, one thing's certain. Graziani certainly isn't afraid to flaunt his wealth.
Nice shit, huh?
This music is gonna put me to sleep.
My word. Some of these pieces on display are incredible. They belong in a museum.
Ah, the dulcet tones of classical piano.
Welcome. Mei's message didn't exactly make it clear why you wanted to meet with me. If you're looking for work, my organization is always in need of pilots and security personnel, willing to take risks. Ah, I see. You did well to find me. I'm not an easy man to locate. Though I suppose we haven't exactly been keeping a low profile lately. Given the nature of the contract, a degree of exposure was always a risk, but a calculated one. To be honest, I think the Major is all but spoiling for a confrontation with the Rangers. Still, I confess, I'm a little disappointed that the Marshal sent a deputy instead of a full-fledged ranger.
I'm willing to bet this deputy can handle whatever you intend to throw in our path.
And who might you be?
Sarah. Sarah Morgan.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard, Sarah. It's clear you are a woman of refinement as well as beauty.
How about we skip the compliments and move things along, shall we?
Your deputy friend here could have a bright future, assuming we all keep our heads. To settle accounts, Major Hall served with distinction during the Colony War. But the leaders of the Freestar Collective, they turned on him. In his eyes, the Rangers are enforcers for a corrupt Council of Governors. That makes you his enemy. As for me, I didn't see any profit in nursing that grudge. I prefer to focus on the future. That's right. Major Hall spent 20 years in lockup nursing a grudge against the Freestar Collective. We all did. A lot of good men and women died for nothing because of those cowards you work for. You've chosen your side, and I've chosen mine. I'm not sure you are grasping the situation here, Deputy. You are on my ship, outnumbered by my guards, who'll kill you without hesitation. I'm a businessman. If you expect me to cooperate, I'm going to want something in return. I won't tell you everything. I do still have some loyalty to my unit. However, I can point you in the right direction. In exchange, I want the Rangers to let me operate with a free hand. I have a better idea. Instead, I tell you something you don't want to know, but you should. The Council of Governors is a group of greedy and corrupt liars who are using you and the other Rangers to protect their own interests. Do you really think they give a damn about the people of the Freestar Collective? Oh, I've already made it.
Got one!
You have anything valuable?
Let's do this!
Down.
Badly for you. Goodbye.
Another point for our side. Take him down!
Something's out there. Recycled air. Just isn't the same as the real thing.
Here to shoot the breeze?
Jansen family immigrated here from the UC.
Hey, Deputy.
These Rangers are some hard.
Might be hard work, but it sure beats living under the boot.
Hey there, Deputy. How goes the hunt for the first? Good, good. If you ask me, I don't think they stand a chance. You're like an Ashta creeping silently through the high grass, waiting for your chance to pounce, and then boom! Down they'll go. So, did you get any more of those encrypted slates? Because, let me tell you, I am so close. Oh, come to Daddy, you sweet little piece of technology. You go stalk your prey and leave the rest to me, Deputy.
Hey there, Deputy.
Come in, Deputy. Take a seat.
This won't take long.
While you've been in the field, we've had more reports about farmers being threatened and attacked. Unfortunately, some didn't survive. It's worse. It's tragic. How's your investigation proceeding? That's assuming he finds something useful. Otherwise, you'll be no better off than when you started.
It must be very easy for you to sit back and criticize when we've been doing all of the field work.
I've done my part. Besides, this is Ranger business, so why don't you keep your mouth shut?
Let's move on. I asked the other Rangers to share their opinions of you, and there are some things I want to go over. We'll start with Ranger Callow in Hopetown. She was grateful for your timely arrival, and impressed you had the guts to take on those pirates. Nia says you were respectful with Ron Hope and didn't push too hard. That shows me you were listening when I said to go easy on him. Duty has to come before personal feelings. I'm glad you understand that.
Let's continue. We got a detailed report from Ranger Price about your recent visit to Neon. He said you took on a syndicate loan shark to help an informant. You played the hand you had. It was a sensible and practical trade. Just make sure any favors you trade in the future don't require you to step outside the law.
You got results, and that's what matters most. Price was impressed by that. Said you really took the initiative.
Ranger Macmillan praised what she called your uncommon bravery and dedication. She said you took on the Red Mile so you could get a meeting with Marco Graziani. Putting the lives of others ahead of our own comes with the job. I'm sure it was a tough call, but I think it was the right one.
So what happened with Marco? I doubt he gave you that slate out of the kindness of his heart. I suppose underestimating you was his last mistake. Damn. I thought if anyone could see reason, it'd be Marco. What about Maya Cruz? Her loyalty to Hull and the 1st Cavalry was stronger than most. I guess I'd want the same thing if I were in her place.
Excuse me, Marshal?
Not now, Alex. We're in a meeting here.
I know, but this is important. I've done it. I've cracked the encryption on the slates. Now, I don't know exactly where the First are headquartered, but there are references to a place called the Factory.
The Factory? That was our nickname for the main facility where the mechs were manufactured.
Under the terms of the peace treaty, they shut all the mech factories down right after the war.
But they didn't destroy them. At least not all of them. Never saw it myself, but I know it's a large facility mostly underground. If the First are occupying it, they'll probably have set up defensive positions throughout the complex. The facility was on Arcturus 2. It could be a dead end, but if it's not, then you'd better be ready for a fight.
If you have questions before you head out, ask the Marshal.
Be ready for a fight, Deputy. Smart, proud, and charismatic. A natural leader. Most in the 1st Cavalry would have laid down their lives on his orders without a second thought. But seeing so many of his soldiers die in the Battle of Nera, I think something broke in him that day. It's a sad story, and I sympathize to a point.
War is as much a punishment to the Punisher as to the sufferer. I read that in an old Earth book of quotations. I've never forgotten it. Next stop, Cassiopeia, I assume.
Be careful, Deputy.
You've made good progress.
It's really an honor to be able to help out.
The mayor's all right. Always paying with 2 roses.
The word and we'll get underway.
Nothing personal, but I'm taking you out.
Sarah Filburn and her brother-in-law Henry were going at again. I had to
So, where to next?
Target in my sights.
You, Captain?
Lifting off now. Hell of a view from here.
lost the grab drive. Need to repair it.